Do y'all know what communio is? It's communion. It's relation. It's relation. It's the end of human life, the purpose of human life. Communion with God, and through Him and through His love, communion and fellowship with the rest of His children who are us and other us's. Other us's. But one of the challenges of offering the good news who is Christ, that Jesus is the answer to every question of the human heart, every question of human experience, from the questions of what is my life's meaning, what is my life's purpose, to if He's the answer to the fall, which is the brokenness of sin, death, and suffering, that's the bad news, He's the good news. Well, what if somebody denies the bad news? What if somebody has an answer from, they say, no, Darwin had it 100%, Marx had it 100%, Freud or Nietzsche 100%, they're good to go, they had it, there is no bad news. Can we help them to anticipate, to be open to the good news by experiencing or by realizing that the bad news is present, that their brothers and sisters are suffering? And if we don't realize that there's something wrong here, if we don't realize that there's something wrong here, then there's something wrong here. G.K. Chesterton once said that original sin, and by that he meant the fall and its effects, was the one theological principle, right? The one thing that in a theology program that you could learn not just from the catechism or from sacred scripture, but just by turning on the evening news. He didn't say turning on the evening news, he said the newspaper. But today, right? By watching cable news for about 5 minutes, you realize, yes, there is such a thing as the fall. There is such a thing as a fall. One of the gifts of this age is that in every single age, people are looking for meaning. People are looking for purpose. You know, if you don't have that, it hurts. It's kind of miserable. And so what do we do as a culture, as a society? But don't look big picture at culture and society. Look small picture at me. If I have a meaning, if I have a purpose, if I have a meaning and I have a purpose, and I know what that is and I'm pursuing that, and that's where my authentic fruition and flourishing comes from. That's when what I'm supposed to be comes and makes itself present, and there's such a connection in there and such a fruition in there. If y'all have ever found a particular aspect of your vocation, and it's like you find it, it clicks, it's there, you know how awesome that feels? It's just amazing. Even if you're dying to yourself, power, pleasure, and prestige make no sense. It's awesome. It's like, that's what I was meant to do, right? For a time such as this, for a task such as this, that's it. But when people don't have that, when they don't have that, not only specifically, but just generally, they don't understand that love is life's meaning and purpose. They don't understand the ministry and the life of the church. Well, there's a poverty that is there. And you got to cure that. You got to heal that some way.